You sat across from me, not too close, but closer than before. Your sleeve brushed mine when you reached for your phone. It felt it more than I shoot. The room was loud with other people, but somehow you were not. Every sound blurred into the background, except the way you talked. You asked me something I don't remember. I answered way too fast, like I was nervous. You might notice how long I'd been looking back. It wasn't lightning, it wasn't clear, just a shift I couldn't undo. Like the world moved half an inch, and suddenly it was you. I noticed you before I knew why, before my heart caught up. It wasn't love, it wasn't desire, just something waking up. I noticed you in the way you stayed, in the pauses, in the sound. Like my attention chose you before I made a single vow. We walked outside to get some air. The night was calm and thin. You talked about a future version of you, like you weren't sure you believed in it. I listened harder than I needed. Every word felt new, like meaning wasn't in what you said, but in how it came from you. A car passed slow, the light went green. Neither of us crossed the street. We just stood there, slightly angled, like the moment might repeat. There was a tension, soft and patient, not asking to be named. It didn't rush, it didn't push, it just quietly remained. I noticed you before I knew why, in the way the night slowed down. Every thought I drifted toward where you were standing now. I noticed you without a plan, without a reason to. Some feelings don't announce themselves, they just change how you move. I tried to tell myself it was nothing, just time and just the light, but my body leaned a little closer, like it already decided the night. Every memory started rearranging, making space I didn't intend. Like this wasn't just another moment, but the start of noticing when the smallest things feel heavier, because they might mean more than they seem. I noticed you before I knew why, before I asked your name. In the way my focus narrowed and nothing felt the same. I noticed you, not dramatically, just steady and true. Like something quiet saying, pay attention, this is new. I noticed you before I knew why, and maybe that's enough. Not everything needs certainty to feel this close, this soft. I noticed you, and in that space something shifted around. Some moments don't get louder, they just stay and settle down. Now every time I catch myself looking, before I know what I'll find, I remember how I noticed you before I knew why.
We woke up late with the windows open, dust in the air, sunlight bent. Your shoes were by the door like a question neither of us answered yet. We talked about nothing, the bus stop, the weather, the movie we'd already seen. Every word felt small and harmless, but it meant more than it seemed. Your laugh came easy, not too loud, like you were saving it for later. I watched the street move without us, felt the day lean a little closer.
There was a moment, barely breathing, where the room held its shape. Like if we moved too fast or too honest, something gentle might break. So we learn how to stay right there in between, not falling in love but not leaving. We learn how to stay with our feet on the ground, hearts beating too fast but making no sound. It wasn't nothing, it wasn't the end, just quiet and intense, where we learn how to stay. Afternoon slipped into evening, we shared one drink, let it melt. You traced the rim like you were thinking of somewhere else or yourself. The city hummed in low vibrations, bikes passed, lights flickered on. I memorized the way you listened, like you were afraid I'd be gone. You said it's funny how time feels different when no one's telling it where to go. I nodded like I understood it, but I just liked hearing you say it slow.
There was a space between your senses, I wanted to step inside, not to change it or name it, just let it stay alive.
So we learn how to stay in the softest heat, not holding hands but not retreating. We learn how to stay with our backs to the wall, eyes saying everything, mouth saying nothing at all. It wasn't a promise, it wasn't pretend, just quiet and intense, where we learn how to stay.
I still remember the way the night felt unfinished, like a song paused before the best part plays. We weren't brave, but we weren't afraid, just young enough to hesitate. Every step forward felt too loud,
Every step back felt like a lie.
so we stood there perfectly still, letting the moment decide
If this was something we'd outgrow, or something we carry our whole lives.
We learned how to stay when leaving was easy, when wanting more would have been messy. We learned how to stay with the lights turned low, letting the feeling exist without letting it go.
It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't pretend, just quiet and intense, where we learn how to stay. Yeah, we learn how to stay in the middle of it all, not asking for answers, not waiting to fall. We learn how to stay while the world rushed past. Some moments don't need saving to last. It wasn't forever, it wasn't the end, just quiet and intense, where we learn how to stay. Now every time the air feels open and the light hits just that way, I think about how we didn't run.
We just learned how to stay. We left the house with nothing planned, just keys and time in our hands. Your jacket half zipped, hair still wet, like you didn't care what came next. The air felt new on my skin, like it had been waiting all day. We didn't say where we were going, we just started moving that way. You laughed when the chain slipped once, said guess we're learning as we go. The road stretched out like a promise neither of us needed to know. The city opened up its shoulders as if it knew our names. Every turn felt accidental, but none of it felt strange. So we rode until the streetlights came on, let the hours fall behind. Wind in our chests, hearts going strong, trying to outrun time. We rode until the streetlights came on, didn't ask what it meant. Some nights are only alive if you don't name them yet. We passed the river without stopping, watched it shimmer as we flew. You said everything feels lighter when I'm not thinking it through. Your voice got lost in the motion, but your smile stayed right there, like it knew this moment mattered, even if nothing else did care. A car passed by with the windows down, someone else's song too loud. For a second I thought about tomorrow, then the thought dissolved into sound. The sky was turning blue to silver, like it couldn't make up its mind. And I swear the night leaned closer just to watch us try. So we rode until the streetlights came on, with our shadows racing ahead, laughing at nothing, everything gone except what we never said. We rode until the streetlights came on, let the quiet hum. Some feelings only make sense when you don't stop to run. I remember thinking this might be it, not it like forever, just enough. The kind of moment you don't explain, you just feel it once in trust. Every turn felt dangerously perfect, every breath felt borrowed and bright. Like if we slowed down even a little, we'd lose the nerve of the night. So we kept going, not chasing anything, just staying exactly this alive. Yeah, we rode until the streetlights came on, let the dark catch our pace. There was fire in the simple act of being in the same space. We rode until the streetlights came on, not trying to be brave, just young enough to believe this feeling didn't be right behind us. We rode until the streetlights came on, when the world felt wide and kind, every second burning soft and strong in the back of our minds. We rode until the streetlights came on, and even now I can tell some nights don't fade, they just learn how to live somewhere else. Now every time the lights flicker on and the road feels open and long, I think about how we kept moving until the street lights came on. We stayed out later than we planned, not because we lost track of time, but because neither of us wanted to be the first to draw the line. And I was warm but not forgiving, every song felt close and clear. I could hear my own thoughts breathing every time you leaned in near. You talked about the things you fear, like it was safe to say them out. I watched the words leave your mouth and wondered why they felt like vows. The street was quiet in a way that made the moment still observe, like the dark was holding its breath, waiting to see what we deserve. Every second felt intentional, even when we said nothing at all. Like the space between our sentences was louder than our calls. It was the night we almost said everything, but held it just enough. Every look was full of meaning, every silence built a trust. It was the night we almost crossed the line, but didn't need to prove. Some moments burn up brightest when they don't ask anything of you. We walked past places we both knew, but they felt different with you there. Like memory, it shifted slightly just to make room for this air. You stopped to tie your shoe real slow, I pretended not to see how your hands were shaking lightly, or maybe that was just me. You said, isn't it strange how some nights feel like they already happened before? I smiled like I understood you, but my heart was already at the door. And not leaving, just listen to how far it could go without either of us deciding. But we already seemed to know there was a weight in every step, but it didn't pull us down. It felt like something choosing us without ever making a sound. It was the night we almost said everything with our backs against the dark. Every word they just grind our teeth, every feeling left its mark. It was the night we almost gave it shape, but let it stay untrue, so things are sharp.
thinking this was fragile, not in a way that meant it would break, but like glass held up to moonlight. Beautiful because of the weight. Every instinct told me to speak, to reach, to change the air, but something wiser held me steady, said, this is already there. We weren't afraid of losing it, we were afraid of changing it too fast, because some nights don't need a future to become part of your past. It was the night we almost said everything and somehow said enough, in the way you stayed beside me, in the way we didn't rush. It was the night we almost touched the truth but let it breathe instead. Some feelings don't want answers, they just wanna be kept. Yeah, it was the night we almost said everything, when the world felt thin wide, every heartbeat felt intention. Oh, every glance felt amplified. It was the night we almost named it, but naming wasn't the goal. Some moments live forever, just because you let them stay whole. Now every time the night feels heavy and the silence feels too true, I think about the night we almost said everything, and how close it came to you.
We met the same way as always, same place, same time, same light, but something in the air felt different, like it had changed overnight. You smiled but it arrived a second late, like it had to catch up to you. I noticed things I never questioned, and I didn't want them to be true. We talked about the usual stories, people we knew, places we'd been, but every word felt slightly rehearsed, like we were easing ourselves in. I kept waiting for that old feeling, the one that didn't need proof, but it stayed just out of reach, like a thought I almost knew. Nothing happened, nothing ended, no line was ever crossed, but I felt the weight of something missing before I knew it was lost. Nothing broke, but something shifted in the way we stood too far apart. Nothing broke, but something loosened in the rhythm of my heart. It wasn't distance, it wasn't pain, just a subtle change of view. Nothing broke, but something shifted, and I felt it happen to you. Happen to you. We walked the streets we always walked, but didn't match each other's pace. You stopped more, I waited less. We never said it to our faces. You checked your phone more than before. I pretended not to care, but every glance away from me left something heavier in the air. You said I've just been tired lately, like that explained the sound of your voice. I nodded like it made sense, like I didn't feel the choice between asking what it meant or letting the moment pass. I chose the quiet option and felt the distance stretch its grasp. It wasn't wrong, it wasn't cold, just unfamiliar ground, like We were still in the same place, but standing on different sounds. Nothing broke, but something shifted in the way your eyes look past. Nothing broke, but something faded, like a moment moving fast. It wasn't drama, it wasn't blame, just a feeling I couldn't undo. Nothing broke, but something shifted, and I felt it happen to you. Kept replaying every second, trying to find the point it changed. But some things don't announce themselves, they just quietly rearrange. There was no scene, no final word, no reason I could defend. Just a sense that if I reached for you, my hand wouldn't land the same. We were still kind, still careful, still everything we used to be, except for the part where it felt easy, except for the part that felt like we. Nothing broke, but something shifted, and I didn't know its name. It felt like losing balance slowly, not falling, not the same. Nothing broke, but something moved out of alignment, out of you. Nothing broke, but something shifted, and I felt it happen to you. Happen to you. Yeah, nothing broke, but something shifted, and maybe that's the worst part, when you can't point to what you lost, but you feel it in your heart. Nothing broke, no words, no sound, just a change I couldn't stop. Some things don't shatter loudly, they just quietly drop. Now I think about that moment, the one I couldn't see. Nothing broke between us, but something shifted away from me.
I ran into you the other day, or maybe I just thought I did. Someone had your posture, your pace, the way you paused before you moved. For a second my chest reacted like it always used to do. Then the feeling passed politely, like it knew its job was through. I kept walking, didn't turn around, didn't need to check your face. It surprised me how calm it felt to let the moment take its place. There was a time I would have followed just to see if it was you. Now the memory walked beside me, then gently led me through. I used to think healing was loud, or something you'd clearly feel, but it turns out it's just the absence of the ache you used to carry still. Time was kinder than I expected, it didn't erase a thing, it just softened the sharpest edges, let the memories breathe. I still remember how it mattered, I still feel where it stays. But time was kinder than I expected, in its quiet, patient way. I found an old photo on my phone, didn't mean to scroll that far. You look the way you always did, like you didn't know you were art. I noticed things I missed back then, the calm behind your eyes, how we were both pretending not to read the obvious signs. I used to replay every moment, wonder where it away. Now I see we did the best we could with what we couldn't say. Some feelings aren't meant to last forever. They're meant to change you first and leave you better than they found you. Even if it hurts, I don't blame you, I don't blame me. I don't rewrite what was real. I just finally understand what we were allowed to feel. Time was kinder than I expected. It didn't rush the truth. It waited till I could hold it without falling through. I still carry you in pieces in the way I hesitate. But time was kinder than I expected, and how it taught me how to wait. There were nights I thought I'd never stop, measuring my life against yours, wondering if you ever thought of me or closed completely different doors. But slowly, without announcement, the questions started letting go. Not because they were answered, but because I outgrew the need to know. Now when your name crosses my mind, it doesn't pull me out of place. It just sits there like a chapter that helped me learn my pace. Time was kinder than I expected when I finally look back. You let the love stay meaningful without demanding it back. I don't miss you like I used to. I don't wish it stayed the same. But time was kinder than I expected, and how it honored what we became. Time was kinder than I expected. It didn't make me forget. It just changed the weight of memory into something I could accept. I still feel the quiet imprint of the nights we couldn't save. But time was kinder than I expected in the lessons that it gave. So if I see you again someday, or only in passing dreams, I'll thank the time that carried us so gently in between. We weren't reckless, we weren't brave, we didn't chase the edge. We just stood close enough to feel what everyone else forgets. Our days were made of ordinary light, windows open, voices low. Nothing loud enough to call a scene, nothing small enough to let go. We learned each other gradually, like language you don't rush. Every glance held its own meaning, every silence earned our trust. We didn't need a soundtrack, didn't need a sign. The moment felt important just by letting it be mine. Looking back, I see it clearly now, what we never tried to prove. We were missing something bigger, we were living something true. It was our quiet yet intense youth, not burning, not burning, but burning through. Every moment felt intentional, even when we had no clue. It was our quiet yet intense youth, no spotlight, no parade, just feelings deep enough to last, and the choices that we didn't make someone I remembered. I became someone in a different place. But even now there are moments when the air feels just like then, and I swear the world slows down to let me feel it again. We never needed closure, we never needed proof. Some stories don't need endings to tell you they were true. What we had was never fragile, it just wasn't meant to stay. But it shaped the way I listen and the way I hesitate. I don't miss it like a loss, I don't hold it like regret. I carry it like a compass pointing to who I became next. It was our quiet yet intense youth, in the way we learned restraint. Every feeling held with care, every word we didn't waste. Ooh. It was our quiet yet intense youth, soft but never thin. Some things don't fade with time, they just move deeper in. There were nights we almost changed everything, days we let pass untouched, moments balanced perfectly between wanting more and knowing enough. We didn't take the obvious road, we didn't force the spark to grow. We trusted the weight of subtle things more than the need to know. And now I see the strength in that, the courage we never named. It takes a lot to feel that deeply and still walk away the same. It was our quiet yet intense youth, the kind you don't outgrow. It follows you in smaller ways than anyone else would know. It was our quiet yet intense youth, not written but understood. Some moments don't need memory, they live inside you for good. Yeah, it was our quiet yet intense youth. No rush, no need to prove. Just two people learning slowly what it meant to feel something true. It was our quiet yet intense youth. And even now I find it shaped the way I love the world and the patience in my mind. So if you ever think back softly and wonder what it all was worth, remember, not all intensity is loud. Some of it quietly shapes your whole